What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from High on Android and DopeTechDaily.com. Today I got another unboxing for you guys. I've been wanting to do this one for a while. Didn't get it at launch because it was just a little expensive. This is the Casio WSD-F10 smartwatch. Runs Android Wear. It's got a dual LCD display. One of them is monochrome, one of them is color, so you can save some battery life. It's got a lot of cool outdoor functions for hiking, fishing, cycling, so if you're into that sort of stuff, you'd love this. But it was priced a little high at launch, 500 bucks. So how did I get it for cheaper? Well, Macy's, the department store, kind of a weird place to get a tech product. They had a 25% off coupon over the weekend. You can use it on any item actually. So I went ahead and used it on the Casio WSD-F10. So we're going to go ahead and get into the packaging today, check it out, do some size comparisons to my other smartwatches. So pretty simple packaging. They did send along this pretty cool flyer here. So I'll just show you guys really quickly the specs. You can see there, smart and active for nature's biggest adventures. Got the model number there. And then just some of the specs here on the back. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at the specs box. You can see here that you've got a 1.32 inch dual layer display, color TFT LCD, 320 by 300 pixels, and a monochrome LCD. Capacitive touchscreen, of course. You've got the lithium ion battery, Bluetooth version 4.1, Android Wear on there. You've got a tool button, power button, and an app button on the side. We'll take a look at that in a second. It is water resistant up to 50 meters. That's what you would expect for a outdoor type smartwatch. Military STD 810G standard. That's military grade protection for drops and shock, etc. Comes in black, green, red, and orange. Now it's actually kind of difficult to find the different colors. I've got the black version because that's all that Macy's had. You can find the orange or the olive color, I think, on Google Play Store, and Amazon has an exclusive on the red version as far as I know. Now it does have a magnetic crimp charging terminal. We'll take a look at that in a bit. And again, you can pair this with Android or iOS using the Android Wear app. So I'll go ahead and throw that out of the way. We'll go ahead and get into the box itself. So you just go ahead and slide the sleeve on the outside off, and then you've got a little piece that lifts off there. And you're greeted with the watch itself. You can see right here, it's a huge looking watch. You guys will see just how big it is as soon as I compare it to my Moto 360 2nd Gen 46 millimeter. That's what's on my wrist today. And then I've got a couple other watches here that I'm going to show you. Huawei watch, LG Watch Urbane 2 LTE, and the Gear S2. So you see some more of the specs there. I mentioned hiking, cycling, and fishing. You've got the Casio Moment Setter. That's a free app you're going to get on Google Play to get all of these various functions for the outdoor use. So let's go ahead and take the watch out and then see what's in the bottom here. So it looks like it's just snapped on. Looks like we've got a tag there, so we'll have to cut that off. And let's see what we've got in the bottom. Probably just the charging cable, maybe some warranty information. So right here we've got power brick, pretty standard. And then here's the charging cable. So I do want to look really quickly at the charging cable because it's a little bit different than the standard ones that you've been seeing with the Android Wear. So let's just take a quick look at it. Mainly just the end here. So you can see right there, you guys can see the end here. It's kind of a round end that actually sticks into the side of the watch. You guys can see right there, this power adapter goes right into the side of the watch. So it doesn't have a magnetic charging port on the back of the watch like you see with the Huawei watch, or a magnetic dock like you see with the Moto 360 or the Gear S2. So a little different, but nothing too crazy. Should still be fairly easy to charge the watch. And then let's take a look at what else we've got inside the packaging. We've got some more warranty stuff. So let's see what we got in terms of the warranty. You can see some information, some warnings. There's some information about how to use Android Wear. We're all very aware of that here. This is an Android channel. And then you've got some instructions and the warranty card itself. Let's see what kind of warranty you get on here. 1 year from the date of purchase. So you get a 1 year limited warranty on the Casio WSD-F10. And then we've got some instructions. I might read these if I want to check out some of the outdoor functions. Obviously, I already know how to use the Android Wear stuff, so no big deal with that. So let's go ahead and just peel off the front here of the Casio label they've got on there. You can see there, it's got sort of a murky LCD because it's got two LCD panels on here. You've got these screws around the sides here that make it look super rugged, really, really nice. Again, I pointed out the charging port. You got another set of screws over here that keep this piece. This gives it the water resistance. Of course, it's got this huge casing on the outside. You can see you got the app button right there, power button, and you got the tool button for all those hiking and jogging, or hiking, cycling, and fishing functions. Go ahead and take that off. I have to get that tag off in a bit, but I should still be able to show you some size comparisons even with that on. Forgot my unboxing knife today. But overall, the watch looks really nice. I actually wish that I had gotten the orange or the red color. That was the color I wanted. But the black one, still pretty nice. It's going to go with everything. See, you got some Casio branding there on the top. Overall, it looks like a really nice watch. Kind of reminds you of the Casio G-Shock watches. It is a very huge watch, and you guys will see that right now when I take comparison with the other watches. So let's power it on really quick, see if it's got any juice. I don't know if it's going to have any power out of the box or not. It actually doesn't look like it does. Maybe. There we go. So it's booting up. So while it's booting up, let me go ahead and show you guys these quick comparisons, size comparisons. Here's my Moto 360 2nd Gen. This is a 46 millimeter version. And you guys can see the Casio WSD-F10, it just swallows this one up completely. It's huge. If you put that over top of it, you can't even see my Moto 360 anymore. Here's a quick comparison to the LG Watch Urbane 2nd Edition LTE. This is a huge watch in its own right, and you can see the Casio is again just much, much bigger. Again, if I put it over the top of the LG Watch Urbane 2nd Edition, you can't even see the watch anymore. Just this outer casing, which gives it that rugged look, and you also get that water resistance, definitely takes up quite a bit of room. It's going to be taking some getting used to. It's definitely a bulky watch, so if you got a big wrist, it might be the watch for you. This one's going to be a comical comparison, but here's the Gear S2, which I find to be a very small smartwatch. It's a little too small for me. You guys can see how much bigger the Casio is compared to this. There's really no comparison. I mean, look at the thickness as well. It's just probably twice, 2.5 times as thick. Let me give you a quick thickness comparison to the Urbane 2 LTE. You guys can see it's actually maybe still 1.5 times thicker than the Urbane 2 LTE, and it's also much, much thicker than the Moto 360 2nd Gen. So if you want a thin smartwatch, this is definitely not the one for you. And lastly, my Huawei watch is actually dead, but you guys can see the comparison. 42 millimeter Huawei watch here. Again, completely eclipses it in the imprint, and also, again, about twice as thick as my stainless steel Huawei watch. So a huge difference in thickness and size. So if you want a small watch, this is definitely not the one to go with. But if you want all those great features, this definitely might be an option for you. You guys can see right there the Casio WSD-F10 on my wrist. You can see it is a very large watch. To be honest, it doesn't actually feel too large to me. I don't have a huge problem with it. Some people who have smaller wrists are obviously not going to want to purchase this watch. But if you have a larger wrist and you like having a larger screen, and you also want all of that rugged protection, the water resistance, and everything else that goes with it, it definitely might be a good look for you. So there you can get sort of an idea. And I do have a rather large wrist, so you can sort of get an idea of how it's going to look on an adult male that has a larger wrist. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pair this up. I'm going to get into it. Obviously, you guys have seen how Android Wear gets set up probably at some time before in your life, because Android Wear has been around for a while. I'm going to set it up, pair it with one of my Galaxy S7 Edge phones. I'm going to use it for a little while. I'll come back with some initial impressions on how this watch works, and then I'll come back with a third video, a full review of the Casio WSD-F10. So overall, a nice looking watch. It may end up being a little too big for me. We'll find out. I do like big watches, so we're going to see how it goes. All right, so if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to drop a comment below. I'll be happy to get back to you regarding this watch or any of my other watches that I own. You guys can find me over at dopetechdaily.com, also at Google+, Twitter, and Instagram with the links in the description. I appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.